All right. So we survived our first week of homeschooling, and I can't say that I was a good example of Christ on Monday morning. I got up. I met with God on Monday morning. I prayed and I met with him, just like I always do, okay? However, this Monday was the first day of school, and I might have got up and I didn't come to God to receive anything from him. I came to complain. And I don't think that that is unbiblical, but I do know that my posture in that moment was, how dare you do this to me, God? Like, I'm so angry. It was the wrong approach. However, I'm not perfect, and God knows that I'm imperfect, and he knows that I'm going to come up short every single time. So in my sobbing tears, I ended my prayer time with him on Monday, still committed and devoted to what he called me to. He called me to homeschool my kids. So at the end of my sobbing mess of tears time, I said, but you know what, God? I said yes when you asked me to do this, and I am going to be faithful to the day you say, all right, Emily, drop them off at school. So amazingly, after my pity fest on Monday morning, my daughter comes down and she's like gung-ho ready to do school. She's super independent all of a sudden. She did all her work, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm not capable of this, God, if you can't help me. So he did a number on her when she woke up Monday, and she was like that all week. Amazing. I was like, what is happening? You're 11? And last year I had to pull teeth to get you to do anything. She did amazing. And then my 9-year-old, who we have dyslexia in my family, so he wakes up and he is struggling to even want to begin school. He's already frustrated. We did reading all summer. He's not ready for school. He is my one kid that's like fighting, okay? So we ease really, really easily into it. I buy a lot of stuff at like the dollar store or the Target bins, and we put it in a box, and we call it box time. It's like 15 to 30 minutes. It's on their list of schoolwork. So I'm like, go get your box. There's like sand and Play-Doh and like fun stuff. Go do it. So I was like, okay, we're counting this as school. And he made some different like shapes out of these little puzzle piece things or whatever. They were super cool. So we wrote a journal entry about it, and I was like, check 3 things for schoolwork today. Awesome. So then my 7-year-old's up, and my 7-year-old loves to learn, doesn't seem to have learning disabilities at all, which this would be my first kid without learning disabilities. He soaks up everything you say to him. He's hilarious. He's just a really funny kid, really fun to teach. He's super fun. So he does all of his work basically by noon. He's done. There's like 13 things on his list, which includes more simple things, and math is a more complicated. You got to work with mom. He's done by noon, so he did great. And he did great all week long. And then my 4-year-old, this is his first year home. He's been in school since he was 1. I was basically drowning at the time this child was born. I had one child with diagnosed learning disabilities that I was trying to even get her to read, and she was 7, I believe 7.5 at the time. We were really struggling. And then I had another child that was clear he has learning disabilities. He was 5. So I was already trying to like wrap my head around this. How do I do this? How do I teach? Can't I just put them in school, God? Can't I just like release them to someone that knows what they're doing? I don't know what I'm doing. So that didn't happen. We kept him home. So when Lyndon was 1, he was sent to mom's morning out so that I could have that morning time to really focus with learning disability, like overcoming them. So the little guy's been in school since he was 1. And I felt bad as a mom. I was like, wow, I feel so bad. I never would have done this with my first kids. But I did it. I had to do it. And he actually loved it and thrived and did great. So it worked out being a really good thing. And after last year, by about February or March, I just knew God was saying, do not sign him back up. He's coming home. And he was amazing all week. My husband was like, did you get anything done with Lyndon home? And I was like, we had everything done with Lyndon home. He is an angel boy. Like, he just played with his box work, and he pulled cards out, and he would get a show on his iPad or get his own snack. I'm like, this kid is angel boy, angel boy. So he was amazing, which made it a whole lot easier for me to actually get work done with the other kids. So by Friday, it's a co-op day. We take our kids to this program that's just fun. It's just active and it's fun to meet friends, and it's an afternoon only. So I keep Lyndon with me and I drop 3 off. But on the way there, I'm sobbing again, just like I started my week on Monday. But this Monday sob was complaining, whining, arguing with God, anger. It was just flat out, why are you doing this to me? Like that, like whininess that we get sometimes. But by Friday, I was sobbing, and this was a different sob. We were listening to worship music in the car, and I'm dripping. I'm just like soaked shirt. I mean, but it is not tears of upset. I am in victory because I see that what God called me to do, there was purpose behind it. There was placement behind it. There was timing behind it. There is these 4 children that I am so blessed to have, that he had his work to do within us and among us. And by Friday, I felt victorious. Like I felt like God had taken us into victory. That victory would not have been that victory if I had not been in obedience to what God called me to do. So a yes on Monday led to a victory on Friday. And I guess I post all of this to say, well, you might be discouraged and really struggling with whatever you've said yes to God about. He is faithful. He orders steps in his timing and his order. It might not be 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's a 1, 3, 4, 2.